Hey everyone. All right, so I got these two 55-gallon tanks here. They were actually free. I was driving down the street and me and my wife saw them with the free sign on it, so we took them. They do hold water. We did the water test, filled them up. The only thing is as you can see, I'll show you in this tank right here, October 8th, 1990 is when this tank was put together by Bob. So what I'm doing right now is I already took the top off, which this one I haven't done anything to yet, but I took the top off of this one. And what I'm doing is I'm actually taking this silicone out and I'm going to reseal this tank, because as you can see, the silicone, is flaky on the edges, pretty thin, moldy. It's not going to hold up over time, especially being this old and the original silicone. So I'm going to take all this off here. The main thing is that you do not want to break the seal that's between this, so you have to be very careful when you're taking it. And all you have to do, really, take a razor blade and just kind of go in underneath of it on both sides. And I recommend doing it in bigger strips just because it'll help with cleanup at the end. But just going like this, working your way down. And then after that, literally, you're just gonna start peeling we'll start with peeling the silicone out of there. And it'll start coming out in bigger pieces. So as you can see, like the glue on the top part here, I've only done just this section here. But once you reseal it, use 100% silicone. Make sure, we'll tape it off. I'll show you the process as I go and the proper taping methods. But the main thing is you want to keep it a nice clean bead. After we get all this off, I'm actually going to take rubbing alcohol and I'm going to go across here just to get all this extra little glue or silicone off, just so that way the new silicone will stick, because as you know, silicone won't stick over old silicone. But once these are completed, they'll get a major cleaning, obviously, and then they'll be good to go. So I will update you throughout this process and keep you guys posted. Okay, so I got this corner all taken out. I just haven't done anything as far as clean up with the alcohol or anything. I also got that corner taken off and that going across here. I'm actually starting on the top here, taking this extra silicone off where the top of the lid was. I'm gonna work my way through and then start on the bottom. But it's a process. The main thing is take your time and it'll turn out fine. All right, so I got both tanks completely with the old silicone out. As you can see, all the way around the tank. These are two 55-gallon tanks. It took me about 2 hours to do both this. Now the next step is once you get all this stuff removed, is you want to just take some alcohol and a rag, and you want to go all around the seams just to get any left behind silicone. For the most part, it's pretty clean, but this will also help make it stick as well. So I will be back with more updates. That top on that tank right there, I did not have to actually take off. The only reason why I took this one off, this tank, was because it was already loose. The silicone in the corners basically came undone. This one's fairly secure, so I'm not even gonna mess with it. But I did take the silicone all the way off to up here, just so that way when I run my new bead, it'll go all the way to the top. But yeah, it's coming along nicely. All right, so everything is siliconed all the way across, just waiting for it to dry. Both tanks are done. This I can scrape off the side. When I took the tape off, the wind caught it, but it's an easy fix. But otherwise, yeah. We'll see if it holds water in 24 to 48 hours. Okay, so it's been 24 hours since I siliconed or resealed both these tanks. I actually just put water in it. Only did about half, or not quite half, I should say, on both tanks. So far, so good. I'm gonna let those sit for about an hour or two. I did mark them here with tape, so I know that if it drops below those, obviously there's a leak somewhere. That's just from the hose when I put the water in. But everything is holding up perfect. There's absolutely no leaks whatsoever. I'm pretty sure that these will be good to go later today. All right, so it's been a few hours. I decided to fill it up all the way to the top. Everything's holding fine. No leaks on either tank. They just look like it's slanted there just because the garage obviously slanted, but it's full all the way to the top. No leaks, nothing, so it's perfect. The new silicone held up. Can't wait to get these up and running. So these two tanks were free. The old silicone that was in it held water. It's just, 1990 is when these were built, had the original silicone, so I decided to obviously take out the old and replace it with new. Not bad. So total with supplies, the alcohol, the tape, the silicone, everything was like maybe $15, if that. So not bad.